Good morning, students. Today, in the session of the Guru Upanishad, we are going to discuss oral comprehension. Oral comprehension, the question answers of oral comprehension of chapter number 2 of class 10th, A Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. Those who have not studied this chapter yet and not understood the explanation shall refer to my previous video, explanation video made on this lesson. Okay, so we will start discussing the question answer that are given in oral comprehension check in our textbook. Come to the page number 18. First question: where did ceremony take place? Can you name any public building in India that are made of sandstone? Ceremony took place at amphitheatre, sandstone amphitheatre made by Union Building in Pretoria. And Red Fort is an example of sandstone building in India. Can you say how 10 May is an autumn day in South Africa? Of course, 10 May 1994 is an autumn day in South Africa, as during autumn days trees happen to shed their old leaves and bear new one. In South Africa, on 10th May 1994, the old conservative apartheid system, oppressing apartheid system, and dictatorship type rule of whites was abolished, and a new free elected democratic government was to take an oath. So definitely it was a new day, new autumn day for South Africa. At the beginning of his speech, third question, students, at the beginning of his speech, Mandela mentions an extraordinary human disaster. What does he mean by this? What is the glorious human achievement he speaks of at the end? By saying an extraordinary human disaster during his speech, Nelson Mandela refers to the apartheid system, the operation, the tortures, the partiality and injustice being done towards the black people by white people. Okay, and at last, when he speaks glorious human achievement in his speech, he means that South Africa had achieved a new mile, and it has successfully created a freely elected government, democratic government for all, without any differentiation. Okay. Number 4. What does Mandela thank the international leader for? Mandela thanks the international leader for being witness to his freely elected government, to the oath of his freely elected democratic government of South Africa, and accepting it as an important part in the liberalization of world. What ideals does he set out for the future of South Africa? The ideals that he set out for the future of South Africa, that his democratic government will rule and proceed the regime of the nation by freeing its people from all the bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender and other discrimination. He set an ideal that South Africa would be such a land where none will be oppressed by one another, and the sun will never set for anyone. come on to page number 21. Question number 1. What do the military generals do? How has their attitude changed and why? Before the democratic government, the democratic government came into resign under the leadership of Nelson Mandela, military generals used to imprison all the freedom fighters, including Nelson Mandela. They used to suppress them, to torture them up to their extent level. Okay? But now their attitude has changed, as they are now showing their loyalty toward the newly elected government, because they are bound by a uniform law, a uniform constitution, under which everybody is equal. Why were two national anthems sung? Two national anthems were sung to respect both the two different communities. One, the first national anthem that was sung on the day of oath ceremony was Nkosi Sikelel' I Africa, that expressed the vision of whites, and Dar es Salaam, the anthem of old. Okay? Two anthems were sung to respect both of the communities. How does Mandela describe the system of government in his country in the first decade and in final decade of the 20th century? In first decade of 20th century, Mandela describes the government as a type of dictatorship, partial government. He declares it as a partial government because in the first decade of the government there, people were entrusted into the civil war, Anglo-Boer War, in which Anglo had gained their supremacy over over black, and they discriminated on every basis just for that they were black. But in the final decade, he expressed his happiness that a government has came into resign that will work for all. Okay. Next question, students. What does courage mean to Mandela? According to the lesson that Mandela had learned during his freedom struggle, one who does not fear is not actually courageous, but the real courageous is that person who overpowers the fear. Means courage is not about having fearless, but actual courage is about winning every fear. What does he think is natural, to love or hate? Mandela thinks that love is more natural and it could be easily inferred in a human being. Okay? Now come on to the page number 24, students. Question number 1. What twin obligations does Mandela mention? The twin obligation that Mandela mentions is one's obligations toward his family and second toward his society or nation. Okay? Mandela makes it clear that one should always have two obligations in his life. One for his family and one for his nation or society. Number 2. What did being free mean to Mandela as a boy, as a student? How does he contrast these transitory freedoms with the basic and honorable freedoms? As a boy, Mandela only thought that freedom was just playing into the open field, eating into the open sky, riding his bull or buffalo, riding his buffalo. But as he grew up, when he became young, he thought that freedom was just to stay out late night, to marry to a girl according to his own will, to pursue the course of study or profession as per his will. But these understanding of his freedom were transitory. They kept changing by the time. Okay? But later, when he saw that not only he but also his brothers and sisters were living their life under bondage, he contrasted the sense of freedom, his earlier sense of freedom, to the later one, that real freedom is not only limited to a single person, but is limited to a whole society or race and whole humanity. Number 3, does Mandela think the oppressor is free? Why or why not? No. Mandela does not think that the oppressor is free. He thinks that the oppressor himself is captivated by negativeness of injustice, of being radical, and he must be also freed by saving ourselves from being oppressed. Okay, so students, that was all about oral comprehensions of second chapter, class 10th, chapter number 2, a long walk to freedom. Okay, I hope you understood it, and I suggest you to write down the answers in your own language. Don't copy it from here and there. Okay, and we will again soon meet in our next video, in which I will describe the exercise questions of this chapter. Okay, till then, keep watching, do like, subscribe and share please. Goodbye.